Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum, where we talk about market movements, making money, and money momentum. And today we're going to be talking all about cryptocurrency. The president did just hold a crypto summit at the White House where they talked all about digital assets and Bitcoin and what we could see in the future for these digital assets and Bitcoin. Pretty bullish in my opinion. And so we're going to be talking about that. And we're also going to be talking about the stock DJT, Trump Media and Technology Group. If you've been following this channel long enough, you know that we have been talking about Trump and the mass adoption into cryptocurrency for quite a while now. And so what happened today is just the promises being fulfilled that Donald Trump made on his campaign. So he was campaigning a lot about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. He made a lot of promises to the Bitcoin community. He did talk about having a crypto asset stockpile with the United States government, and we're going to be talking about that in a second, but it looks like that promise is going to be kept. And if you've been following DJT, the stock, you know that this stock is transitioning from being just a Truth Social platform to being much more, including being a crypto exchange. And so we're going to talk about all of that today, do a technical and fundamental analysis, get all into the news. But before I do, I want to say, as always, that this is not financial advice, and I always recommend doing your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. So let's start out with the news. And so this is the big news right here that is furthering us into the mass adoption into cryptocurrency. And that is at the White House today. Trump did sign the executive order to officially establish the government Bitcoin reserve. And this is going to be with 200,000 Bitcoins that they have. They had seized these from a criminal in the past. So the government has 200,000 Bitcoin. And as Trump was saying, under the Biden administration, the government has been selling some Bitcoin. But now, just like any great Bitcoin investor, they're going to be holding these Bitcoin for the long term. And this was a pretty big event. We did see that there were some big crypto influencers there. We had some legends. So we had the crypto czar, David Sachs. And then we also had the legend, the MicroStrategy CEO, Michael Saylor. We also had the Coinbase co-founder and the CEO, Brian Armstrong. And so there was a lot of crypto influence at this event today. And I think this was really cool seeing all these crypto influencers here, especially Michael Saylor, because we know with MicroStrategy, they have a Bitcoin strategy where they are just continuing to buy up more and more Bitcoin. And if you don't know, with Bitcoin, there is only ever supposed to be 21 million Bitcoin that could be created in existence. So right here, it says this. The supply is capped at 21 million. And so the theory with Bitcoin is that you need to buy it up because this is an asset that is finite. So this isn't infinite like the United States dollar where more can be printed. The cap is going to be at 21 million. And so the mass adoption into cryptocurrency, now we're seeing companies like Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue twisted here. We're seeing companies like MicroStrategy and other companies start to invest into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and create their own reserves. And so now the government is doing the same. And with all these Bitcoin being bought and held, this should only continue to increase the value in Bitcoin as the Bitcoin cap is coming closer. And then now we have all these big holders. And so the government themselves holding 200,000 Bitcoin, that is pretty big when it comes to the float of Bitcoin. That is 200,000 Bitcoin that is not going to just be sold out into the market. And so for any crypto investors, if you have any fear, uncertainty, and doubt, well, just know that there's a lot of big institutional money in crypto, and we shouldn't really be seeing crypto drop anytime soon, not more than it has already. Let me take myself off the screen here. We were talking about this earlier in 2024 in October, September, about where the market cap was and how we should see a pop into cryptocurrency. And that is exactly what we saw. This pop comes off of the anticipation, again, with the promises that Trump was making during his campaign. And then most recently, as of today, we see that the executive order has been signed. And it's not just Bitcoin that is growing and is going to have value from the government, but also the other day, there were some other cryptocurrencies announced as well. Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. So if you're not in ADA, XRP, Ether, Bitcoin, any of these cryptocurrencies, now while we're on this current dip, this may be a good time to enter into the crypto market. As we know, crypto a lot of the times will gain a lot more value when interest rates are more favorable. We know with the Fed, they have kept interest rates more elevated. And so we are still, as investors, waiting for the next cut when it comes to interest rates. And so the markets in general have been having a hard time, along with a lot of the macroeconomic factors that we have been facing. And I want to also ensure investors that a lot of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that we have been seeing is just literally that, just small fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And so not only did Trump sign these executive orders for Bitcoin, and he is trying to bring more liberation to finances and to the American people. We have seen the government hate on crypto for so long, so many cryptos be under so many lawsuits, not be able to run. Trump is trying to do the opposite, let these cryptos run freely, right? And not just that, a lot of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that has been seen with the Trump tariffs, well, it looks like this is just a continued negotiation tactic. We did see that today he did change course, and he is delaying those tariffs on Mexico and Canada. And so the market has been absolutely freaking out to the news of these tariffs. But what I am seeing is that Trump is just using these tariffs as a negotiating tactic for America to get more power and for us to be more on a level playing field. If, like he says, America really has been taking the short end of the stick for so long and getting ripped off, it looks like he is just really trying to save the economy, really trying to save us. We have the tariffs being used as negotiating tactics to put the cards more into America's favor. And then we also have all this news about the cryptocurrency. And so I was talking at the beginning of the video how we were going to talk about cryptocurrency, but then also about the stock DJT and how they are related. And so if you're not familiar where I am so bullish on DJT, not only with the government, we are seeing the mass adoption into cryptocurrency, but the stock DJT itself has been transitioning from being just a has been transitioning from being just a truth social platform to also having crypto instruments as well. And so recently we did see they filed to trademark investment products, and they are looking to create some ETFs as well. And so they're looking to create a Bitcoin Plus ETF, a Made in America ETF, and then also a TruthFi US Energy Independence ETF. And so we could see the stock DJT go more into the crypto atmosphere. We did also see that they recently did an investment with Charles Schwab. And so it does look like it is moving in that direction. Again, Trump is the most pro-crypto president of all time. And so with the stock DJT, I believe that this stock has been unfairly beat up the last year. Let me get myself off a screen here again. This stock has been beat up pretty unfairly the last year. But what is positive, again, the whole market has been freaking out about these tariffs and other economic factors such as inflation. But for the stock DJT, that puts us at this major support level right here. And so when I draw out this line, we could see that this is the long-term support for DJT. The only time we dropped below this was when we saw the dip right before the elections, where it swiftly recovered until we started to see the halting and manipulation. We have been held down since then. But again, I believe that we are at a major support level for DJT. We could see in the last year that we are right back at the same spot we were at on April 16th. And so overall, this seems to be a pretty strong level for DJT. Despite the negative retraction that we have seen lately, we have finally started to see a couple green days for DJT. And so right at this $21 to $22 range seems to be a pretty good support for DJT. And when we do the deeper technical analysis on DJT, the indicators are flashing by for me. We are under both the 50-day and the 200-day moving average. We are low on the RSI. And when it comes to MACD, I believe that we could see a cross there soon, as all the indicators are lining up for me to say that DJT is currently in the oversold territory. And so myself, I am very bullish on the markets. I am very bullish on cryptocurrency, and I am very bullish on the stock DJT. I believe that this is the mass adoption into cryptocurrency with the most pro-crypto president ever. And I think with what we saw today at the White House, that only confirms that to be true. And so things do take time. Crypto and all great stocks and plays in the market have been taking some dips right now, but I believe just like any path, it's going to be a little rocky. It's not just a perfect straight line up. And so I encourage investors to have a big picture mentality and just remember that right now, if you are investing into a beaten up market with a lot of pessimistic investors where the bears are louder than the bulls. But when things do flip, we should see a big recovery in all these assets, including cryptocurrency. And I think the bulls then will be a lot louder than the bears. And so the markets have been reacting with a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt to inflation, and then also the tariffs. These tariffs are something that no one has ever seen. And so, yeah, it has sparked a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I can't put the blame on you, right? And so the tariffs, the first time we saw that fear, uncertainty, and doubt was in February. We saw it get delayed. There was news about it again in March. We saw it get delayed. And so if there is more fear, uncertainty, and doubt about the tariffs, I believe that investors should not be fooled again, as this new news is becoming more old news. And I believe that these tariffs are just a bigger part of Trump's plan and just a negotiating tactic. But that is just my hyper bullish view on the markets, on crypto, and on DJT. I would love to hear what everyone else has to say about this in the comment section below. So please drop a comment, please leave a like, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.